the smartest film critic in the world, Cole Smithy.
Hi, this is Cole Smithy with ColeSmithy.com and your guide to what to see and what to avoid at the movies this week. Scott Cooper's American character study thriller bursts at the seams. After his directorial debut with Crazy Heart, Cooper returns from his Oscar win with a sophomore movie that delivers on his promise as a filmmaker of vision and grit.
I like this one. He's tough.
While it doesn't carry Crazy Heart's satisfying range of emotional texture and ironic wit, it's a solid effort that bodes well for Cooper's growth as a filmmaker. The industrial look of Out of the Furnace is exquisitely grungy. Set in Braddock, Pennsylvania, the story resonates with the deer hunter without needing to visit upon the ravages of America's sundry wars overseas. Americans are already plenty ravaged enough at home. That's the message of the movie. Cooper doesn't sugarcoat anything. The nation's downturned economy is a pervasive quicksand that drains color and life out of everything, especially in the town of Braddock, where Christian Bale's Russell Bays works at its soon-to-be-closed Cary Furnace complex.
And I'm getting old.
It's a whole nother world up in there. Don't read a justice, and it does not include us.
Russell's brother Rodney, played by Casey Affleck, is an Iraq war vet who has done too many tours of duty. Some people have read too many books or seen too many movies. Rodney has seen too much mindless killing and been a part of it too. He's damaged goods. Rodney finds distraction in over-leveraging his social condition, namely that of an unemployable broke war vet, with a taste for dumb gambling. The only money Rodney makes comes from fighting in an illegal fight club run by a local bar owner played by Willem Dafoe. Still, Rodney is a military badass who hasn't yet learned how to take a fall.
Mine's soul.
We're brothers, and we're all we got.
Out of the Furnace is a straightforward revenge thriller with plenty of atmosphere, character development, and plot twists to make the experience matter. It's a movie that raises questions without trying too hard. After all, what comes out of the furnace and where does it go? I give this memorable crime drama a B+.
If I had wings, I know it's done.
O Brother, Where Art Thou announced the Coen brothers' interest in the roots of American music with a movie built on the power of song as pinned to the myth of Homer's Odyssey.
Folk songs.
Folk songs. Solo act?
No, I had a partner. Threw himself off the George Washington Bridge.
T-Bone Burnett's venerable curating and musical arrangement skills contributed emphatically to that film's mesmerizing effect. Inside Llewyn Davis is another musically inspired response to the muse from which O Brother resulted, namely T-Bone Burnett. He's no longer America's best-kept secret. Here, Ulysses takes the form of a wayward orange tabby cat whose true identity is malleable. The blues, bluegrass, and gospel songs of O Brother evolve into the folk revival movement of the late 50s and early 60s, which sought to carry on the vocal tradition. Oscar Isaac plays the title character, a folk singer patterned loosely on Dave Von Ronk without pretense. Isaac's proficient musical performance is a jaw-dropping revelation. Isaac accompanies himself on guitar, singing the old-style song that Von Ronk once recorded, Hang Me, Oh Hang Me, in a West Village cafe during the few barren weeks or months before the folk music movement exploded with the likes of Bob Dylan. Isaac is better than convincing. His musical accomplishment is irrefutable. Hairs stand up on the back of your neck.
Do you ever think about the future at all?
You mean like flying cars? Hotels on the moon? Tang?
I want you to leave.
The movie offers a composite musical vantage point of the era's social realism against a backdrop of Cold War America. Llewyn gets word that a man would like to speak to him in the alley. It seems Llewyn isn't as popular as his singing and guitar talents would decree. The large male figure that waits gives Llewyn a nasty beating for reasons that will become clear moments before the circular narrative closes. As well as Llewyn sings, most people he comes into contact with treat him with a depth of contempt usually reserved for mangy dogs with 3 legs, regardless of how apt the comparison might be. Llewyn spends his hours schlepping around figuring out whose couch he will sleep on next. It doesn't help that he carries with him a cat belonging to a kindly Columbia professor because the animal slipped out as the door closed on Llewyn, another couch story. Returning to Jean, played by Carey Mulligan, a folk singer floozy with whom Llewyn helped cheat on her boyfriend Jim, played by Justin Timberlake, doesn't go well. Jean berates Llewyn like a banshee with a bad case of PMS. Evidently, Jean bottles up her hostility so she can dump it on Llewyn whenever opportunity allows. A visit to his sleazy agent places Llewyn in the crosshairs of more hostility, albeit of a more greed-based variety. The film's centerpiece occurs after Llewyn shares a contentious ride with Roland Turner, played by John Goodman, a drug-addicted blues singer, and his less-than-friendly driver, played by Garrett Hedlund. Llewyn makes his way through snowy Chicago streets to audition for Bud Grossman, played by F. Murray Abraham, a famous club owner and talent manager who takes literally the title of the album Llewyn pitches, Inside Llewyn Davis, and requests just such a view. Without ceremony, Llewyn sings The Death of Queen Jane with enough controlled passion to peel wallpaper.
Okay.
Social changes on the horizon killed off a vibrant genre of music as quickly as it had grown. The Coen brothers' gift for making their audience feel like welcomed members of an elite club has never felt so sincere. I give this outstanding musical drama an A. My sleeper pick is The Great Beauty, and my guilty pleasure pick is Sex Acts. My must-have DVDs are Photo, A History from Behind the Lens from Athena, The Simpsons, the 16th season from 20th Century Fox, and Man of Tai Chi from Anchor Bay. Alexander McKendrick may have been of British descent, but his quick-paced 1957 sardonic drama about the symbiotic relationship between a Manhattan newspaper showbiz columnist and a hungry press agent captures America's indulgence in greed, corruption, and aggression like none other. Drawing on the noir style of Billy Wilder's Ace in the Hole, black political drama would be a suitable moniker for the dark pitch of cynical social satire that Sweet Smell of Success examines, rather than the film noir attribution that it frequently attracts. Here lies the defective foundation of the American dream as viewed from an implicitly American viewpoint. Burt Lancaster's company produced the film. The story takes place during a day and a half in the life of its New York City characters. Fay toady press agent Sidney Falco, played by Tony Curtis, is in the doghouse with his Walter Winchell-type gossip columnist, mentor, and abuser, J.J. Hunsaker. McKendrick's ravenous camera moves through Manhattan's late 50s Broadway theater district on a nocturnal quest for truth. According to J.J., the frequently groveling Sidney is not responding quickly enough to J.J.'s orders to rev up the rumor mill to break up a hot romance brewing between J.J. Hunsaker's adult sister Susan and a bland jazz guitarist named Steve Dallas. Dallas isn't exactly the next Tal Farlow on guitar, but he's earned Susan's romantic devotion. J.J. wants to shut the whole thing down with a smear job on Steve Dallas that sticks. Communist is a convenient accusation. J.J.'s incestuous emotions seethe in his sexually impotent or bound mind. In his mind, Sidney is working through an apprenticeship with JJ that he hopes will lead to inheriting his mentor's place. The latent homosexual dominant submissive subtext that exists between the two men underscores JJ's impotent but nonetheless incestuous desires for his sister. Neither man has an ounce of ethics, but both pretend the morals of their conviction to power and money. Sidney calls everybody baby or sweetheart to get what he wants for his master. He sees through JJ regardless of how beholden to him he is. Sidney tells his de facto boss, "JJ, you've got such contempt for people it makes you stupid." Based on a novella by former press agent Ernest Lemon and adapted by Clifford Odets, the great leftist poet of Harold Clurman's group theater, Sweet Smell of Success exists in a self-loathing urban bourgeoisie stratosphere where a gossip columnist such as J.J. Hunsaker can make or break a career depending on if he did or didn't include it in his column. Neither the antagonist, J.J., nor the film's purposefully, falsely represented protagonist, Sidney, has any redeeming traits. They suffer ongoing degrees of retribution, but each will carry on in the prescribed despicable methods to which both are accustomed. Sweet Smell of Success flopped at the box office. It is in Time magazine's list of one of the top 100 films of all time. Thanks for watching. Visit ColeSmithy.com for more.